Yes, we're still giving away one Sir Ethernight Doharis collectible for every video that we put out in March until the 31st of March. For your chance to win, leave a comment below and make sure to include your collectible wallet address. Winners will be announced on the 5th of April, 2019. Hey everybody, it is Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a great Sunday and a terrific weekend. Today we're talking SEC news. There are some murmurs and there are some developments which will alert you to. We're talking about Bitcoin resistances, the big one being 4,200, and then according to some analysts, the real hinge point, the real pivot point is closer to 4,400. That doesn't stop some people saying that Bitcoin could rally in the near future to $50,000. That's not enough for some. Others are talking about a $4 million Bitcoin. And no, we're not talking about John McAfee. We'll talk about OmiseGo, which is in the news. They've denied a big partnership. Big news as well for high performance blockchain. We'll let you know what their performance is looking like. But let's begin with talk of the bear market on altcoinbuzz.io here, analyzing 2019 so far. Are we in a bull market? Article by Garrett. He asks, are we in a bull market? No matter what your feelings about that are, it is important to take a look at the data and analyze what has been going on in 2019. So we are now 3 months into 2019. It is the 31st of March at the time of this video's recording. As you can see here, Bitcoin has been on an upward trajectory. We had some volatility and a downward trend at the beginning of the year, but I'd say since about the end of January, roughly, so it's been a good 2 months now that we've been on this steady climb up from under $3,400 for Bitcoin. So there is an argument to be made there about how 2019 has been good in terms of the overall trend for Bitcoin. Similarly for Litecoin, this is also the 90-day chart. If you had Litecoin on December 31st, it was valued at around $30 per piece, per coin. It's gone up very steadily to now over $60. So that's, hey, 2019 has been a 100% gain in terms of Litecoin value. And there are many other examples that we've covered, not even the engines of the world and the crypto.coms of the world. This is Binance Coin on the 90-day chart. It started the year at just over $6. And as of recently, I think it's up about 5% on the day. So sitting at over $17 at the time of this recording. So you're up nearly 200% since the beginning of 2019. So there are some strong arguments to be made about this bull market in the new year. Garrett asks, are we in a bull market? Depending on where you entered the market, you probably have different feelings about that question. No matter what that feeling is, it is important to take a look at the data and analyze what's really going on. Have a look at the image below, which shows the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap. I included the statistic of USD price, 24-hour change versus USD, and year to date. Additionally, I included cycle low, time since low, and percentage up since low. Cycle low shows the price of the cryptocurrency when it hit its most recent low. Time since low shows when this occurred. Percentage up since low shows how much the price has increased since it hit this low. And before you go ahead and make the argument that these examples have been cherry-picked, we're really talking about all of the top coins here, the top 20 that you'd find on either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap.com. And you can see that some of these have double and triple digit percentage gains since their low. Take a look at Ravencoin, 576% up since low, and up about 400% year to date in USD value. Unbelievable. So yes, there are a few exceptions interspersed, including Bitcoin SV here, which is down over 27%. Stellar currently at the time of this snapshot was down 3% in terms of year-to-date USD valuation. But overall, a lot of success in these top 20 projects. So how could you argue from this perspective analytically that we're not at least in a mini bull market? Things may not be surging to all-time highs, but things are really up if you take a look at the metrics here over the last 3 months. Garrett's conclusion here is that while we may not be in a full-blown bull market, things have been looking pretty good so far in 2019. Obviously, things can change in an instant as they did in November of 2018. But looking at the data shows that despite the ups and downs, this year has been a pretty good one so far for crypto. Let us know whether you agree and what your thoughts are about 2019 so far in the comments below. Here now in rapid fire Bitcoin ETF news, we have this piece from the National Law Review. 2 new Bitcoin ETF proposals pending as cryptocurrency markets mature. 2 recent proposals for Bitcoin exchange traded funds are vying to become the first to receive approval from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. One filed by CBOE BZX Exchange and the other by New York Stock Exchange ARCA Inc. The SEC has yet to approve a cryptocurrency ETF, although several applications were filed throughout 2018. I'm kind of somewhat over this ETF talk by now. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but it's no longer something I'm hoping for or banking on, to be quite honest. You can read more about this if you so choose. The SEC raised some concerns in a letter that was penned, and some of those, as you may know by now, surround the following variables: so valuation, liquidity, custody, arbitrage, and possible manipulation and other risks. So these are all concerns that need to be addressed thoroughly and properly if an ETF is to be passed. Take a look at this article. We'll link to it in the description below. Here on cheppycap.com, Crypto Mom admits SEC lacking in innovation concerning digital assets. Washington Square News recently reported on an interview between SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce and crypto journalist Laura Shin at the New York University Stern Blockchain Digital Asset Forum. That sounds pretty cool. In the talk, Peirce was optimistic about the future of crypto regulation, but did admit that more innovation needs to be seen from the SEC. Some of the highlighted quotes include the following. The commissioner said, quote, "I think that I can play a role in looking at ways that we can open the doors to make it easier for people to do what they're trying to do in compliance with the SEC. In general, the agency hasn't been great on innovation, and so this is sort of the natural area for me to be looking because this is where innovation and the SEC are meeting." Finally, Peirce addressed questions on how perhaps blockchain can solve some of the problems we see with international regulatory frameworks. Quote, "I think that people are still looking through different approaches," Peirce said. "Some problems that we see now could be addressed through a blockchain base." It's always nice to have somebody like Miss Peirce in our corner. I generally kind of think of her as a champion for our cause at this point, or at the very least an ally. Let us know whether you agree in the comments below. Here we are on EthereumWorldNews.com. This is kind of relating back to our first story about the bull market. Not out of the woods, Bitcoin needs to pass $4,400 to confirm breakout. Article from today, the 31st of March. While Bitcoin has seemingly broken clean past $4,000 as it failed to pull back under the level during Friday night's brief sell-off, analysts are sure that the cryptocurrency still has key resistances to meet, surpass, and hold above. In a recent TradingView post, Magic Poop Cannon, a popular analyst, remarked that while Bitcoin broke clean past a long-standing powerful resistance, which depressed Bitcoin heavily as $10,000, $8,500, and $6,500, and the 150-day moving average simultaneously, this surge was done on relatively light volume. That shows that the market participants aren't willing to jump into crypto yet, meaning that a pullback under the level, currently sitting just shy of $4,000, is all the more likely. Mr. Poop writes that until key resistance levels at 4,200 and 4,400 are taken out, as they have pinned Bitcoin down during its previous attempts to break out, the market will chop sideways, take a breather, and then potentially return under the auspicious $4,000 level. Quite possible, but at this stage, we just, in my opinion, need one piece of really big news or a big money mover to shake things up, and you can take all of this technical analysis and throw it out the window. Just my opinion, but that's kind of how I see things. So this guy's valuations here, while not worthless, don't mean a whole lot in my book. Other people are saying different things. We're here on newsbtc.com. The conservative case for a Bitcoin to rally to $50,000. So there was an extremely optimistic yet potentially rational tweet from Ryan Selkis. He is the chief executive of Masari. It isn't a secret that crypto's audience is primarily millennial and younger. It makes sense. Cryptocurrencies, namely Bitcoin, are inherently digital and of the internet, as Jack Dorsey recently put it. So Selkis used this demographic fact to his advantage recently, writing on Twitter that as millennials en masse inherit $30 trillion from their baby boomer parents over the coming decades, much of the money could find its way into digital assets meant for the information age that society currently resides in. He tweeted the following: "There's a $30 trillion great wealth transfer expected in the next 20 plus years. Millennials inheriting money from their parents. If 1% of that goes into cryptocurrencies, 1%, crypto will be a multi-trillion-dollar asset class. That's the conservative case for a $50,000 plus Bitcoin. That's not a bad argument, I have to admit. I hadn't thought of that, and it's a pretty long time horizon, 20 plus years. I hope we see 50K before that, but that's not a bad argument over the long term. I think I agree that that is very rational. But here on the dailyhodl.com, we've blown that optimism out of the water because there's a Bitcoin mogul that says Bitcoin will hit $4 million plus Ripple and XRP, Ethereum, Litecoin, Stellar, Cardano, and IOTA updates. Crypto investor and Bitcoin bull Tim Draper says Bitcoin will reach $4 million in an interview posted by YouTube's The Bitcoin of Crypto Street. The billionaire venture capitalist explains why he believes Bitcoin and crypto will rise above fiat currency. Quote, here's the way I look at it. If there's about $100 trillion worth of fiat currency out there, fiat currency is poor currency. It's tied to political parties, bureaucrats control it. It's not really that good for you. And all of the new best, brightest engineers are working on cryptocurrencies. And so my belief is that over some period of time, and I don't want to go into too great a depth, but at some period of time, the cryptocurrencies will eclipse fiat currencies. So we're looking at about 1,000 times on what we've got now. Vitalik Buterin may disagree because he said that wasn't possible, but that's not a bad argument. I mean, hypothetically, and this is more conjecture, this is more hypothetical, pie in the sky, but if we were to transfer all of the wealth out of fiat into crypto, then yeah, for sure we'd have room for 1,000 times growth. And so by logical extension, if the total cryptocurrency market cap were to rise 1,000 times, then one Bitcoin would be worth about $4 million, given the leading cryptocurrency's current price of just over $4,000. You could take a look at the Tim Draper interview here. Famous investor Tim Draper says cryptocurrencies and blockchain will change everything. This interview courtesy of the Bitcoin of Crypto Street from not that long ago. We're talking about the 24th of March, 2019. We're now looking at OmiseGo, OMG, which is down 1% on the day, sitting at $1.87. Keep that in mind because it ties into the news that we're covering here on altcoinbuzz.io. Omise denies being acquired by Thailand's biggest private company for $150 million. So it may be no surprise that the price hasn't budged and it's been kind of flat. Omise, the company behind OmiseGo, has denied reports suggesting that Thailand's richest company, the Charoen Pokphand Group, acquired it for $150 million. Article here by Luke. The founder of Omise, Hasegawa Jun, denied that Thailand's richest company, the Charoen Pokphand Group, CP Group, acquired the company for $150 million. Omise is the company, of course, behind OmiseGo. Omise tweeted the following: Omise Payment Gateway has not been acquired by any company. A recent article published by The Block made false claims that we were recently acquired by CP Group. We would like to confirm that this information is false. For any further queries, please reach us at pr@omise.co. That tweet from the 30th of March. And just for context, at the time of Luke's writing, OMG was trading at $1.89, up 3.47% over the last 24 hours. But as we just saw, it fell a little bit and is down over the last day. Contrast that now to HPB High Performance Blockchain, sitting at 44 cents and up over 27% over the last day. And there is good reason for this. HPB enters partnership with decentralized app Discover for strategic collaboration on dApps. dApp Discover allows users and developers to track dApps data on EOS, Ethereum, and other public chains in an easy manner. Both users and developers can understand changes in the market based on the provided data. It also offers a great platform for dApp developers to display their products. HPB is striving to create a revolutionary blockchain infrastructure that serves the real company and build a decentralized, globalized public chain ecosystem. To achieve this vision, HPB has gathered a number of outstanding blockchain developers and many dApps in industries such as gaming, finance, and more. As the leading dApp data platform in China, dApp Discover can help HPB better construct the decentralized blockchain ecosystem. Through this partnership, we will work together in brand building, resource sharing, and interactive marketing in the form of mutual participation. We will work together to start a new chapter of the blockchain development, and that is a statement courtesy of the HPB Foundation. If you're interested in learning more about what HPB is up to, we'll link to this bi-weekly project progress report, this from the 25th of March 2019. So kudos to that partnership and to HPB. It's good news, and as you guys just saw, the price is reacting accordingly. People are excited about it. Okay, so with that, everybody, we're going to round it out. Do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz on all the regular social media channels, and check into our website, as always, altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. This is your last day to attempt to claim a Doharis Sir Ether Knight shard. So go ahead, impress us with your comments below, and don't forget your wallet address, your collectible address. I wish you well if you choose to invest, but have a great Sunday, everybody. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.